Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm doing something similar to our Easter dinner under $10 because I noticed that I've gotten a lot of great comments on that. A lot of people really like it, a ton of views, and I honestly think that in this time of the inflation, people are still kind of reeling from the pandemic. People are looking for ways to feed their family a really great meal on a budget. Still got folks out of work. I mean, it's sad. This country still hasn't recovered yet, and middle class hasn't recovered, and we're still looking at a lot of folks out of work. Still, really honestly having to depend on some services, governmental services, and they're feeling the pinch. They're still feeling the pinch. So I'm going to try to get out at least once a week a meal that's going to be around $10, maybe a little less, maybe slightly more, but something where you can put a nice hearty meal on the table. Throw in a couple other little oddball things, maybe some crusty bread, nice crusty bread, and a salad or a veg, and call it a day. So that's what we're going to work on today. And this particular meal will feed, I'm going to say, between 9 and 12 people with a pretty decent sized serving. That'll give you, if you only have a family of 4 or 5 or 6, it'll give you enough for everybody for the meal and have some left over for a lunch or, something to take to work. But let's get started. I will tell you that I did use some things out of my own pantry. My spices came out of my pantry, my egg came out of my pantry, everything else I bought. So let's get started a little bit. This is going to be a ravioli lasagna Florentine. I've made this for my family before. They love it. It's quick. It's easy. It's one pot. There's no real cooking involved if you don't want there to be. I did a little bit today, but you do not need to. So let's get started. Ingredients for this is going to be a 25-ounce bag of cheese ravioli. I got this at Walmart. And I don't have the receipt, and I'll tell you why. I actually purchased that day a ton of things for multiple videos. So I don't have an actual receipt just for this meal. So I'm just going to give you the prices as we go. You can kind of figure that out. The ravioli, 25 ounces, was $2.98. I also have a bag of fresh spinach. Now you can use frozen. I don't like the frozen, that's just me. But I don't like it because it makes it a little too watery, what I'm going to make. And I don't really want that. I want the flavor, I want the texture, but I don't want the juice per se. I guess maybe you could cook it a little longer, get it out of there, but I went for fresh. This was a 10-ounce bag, and what I did with this, and this was $1.88. I guess if you wanted to go with the frozen, you could use a bag of frozen if you really wanted to, but I went this way. And what I did with this was I sauteed it in a pan. I seasoned it a little bit, salt, pepper, olive oil, that was it. I sauteed it all up, and then when it was all done and cooled, I took my kitchen scissors and I just went into the bowl and I kind of chopped it and diced it and made it small. And this is what we have left. So this is olive oil, salt, pepper, and the spinach. Also ingredient, ricotta cheese, a 15-ounce container. This was $2.12. You are going to use this entire 15-ounce container. I add this. You do not need to put this in. I do it just because I like to have it in there, but if you don't want this, do not put it in. This is my own thought. but because I usually do it. But it's not actually called for, and it's not something that you really need. But it's the cottage cheese. I use about a half a cup of this. I counted it. It was $1.43 at my Walmart. I counted it in the total. If you take this away, you're going to take another $1.43 out. Like I said, you don't need this. I use it because I use this in my lasagna regardless, but you don't need to use this. So that, and mozzarella cheese, a 2-pound bag, pre-shredded. You can shred your own if you have it, you know, and you've got it on sale and it's in the freezer, but just a 2-pound bag of great value mozzarella cheese, $1.88. So those ingredients, those are our main ingredients, $10.69. If you take out the cottage cheese, you're saving yourself another $1.43. So you're bringing it down to under $10. And then whatever ingredients I have here. So it's going to be a pretty hearty meal, and let's get started. We're going to start by spraying our 9x12. I have a 9x12 pan. I'm going to spray that with Pam spray. And I'm going to, let me get this out of the way for a sec. I'm going to start by, I want to make sure you can see all this in the screen. I'm going to start by layering my ravioli. Now what I did with this was I let this thaw at room temperature for a little. It's partially frozen, it's partially thawed. You don't want it all the way thawed, but you don't really want it frozen either, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to start layering this a little bit, and if you want to make your own ravioli, you can do that. I mean, that's time consuming, and kind of goes against my channel of quick and easy, right? And I'm looking around going, wait a minute, Lori, are you crazy? I don't have any sauce out here, so I've got to get that. So you are going to add $2 to this. I'm sorry. You're going to add $2 to this because I'm going to utilize the, I believe that's what I have over there. Let me see what I have. I'm pretty sure I got, I'm pretty sure what I have I got for about 88 cents. Let me take a quick peek. Let's see what I got, guys. Yes. So this is the Great Value meat flavored, and I did grab that for about 88 cents when it was on sale. So I do know that they have the Hunt's cans for about 88 cents as well. So kind of look into some of that. So open your jar, just a tip for you. Give it a good slam on the bottom. You'll never need a man to open your jar. Okay, so there's that. First layer is there. We're doing a pretty large mixing bowl. To it, I'm going to add this entire thing of ricotta cheese, and this is full fat. You can get skim ricotta. You can get any kind of ricotta you want. That's entirely up to you. So we've got our ricotta cheese. I love the smell of ricotta cheese. Am I crazy? Probably. To that, and again, you do not need to add this. To that, I'm adding about a half a cup of cottage cheese. It's the whole milk 4%, about a half a cup. Set that aside. To that, I'm going to add, this is about, and you do it to taste, this is about a teaspoon and a half of Italian seasoning. We're rolling it in there to wake it up a little bit. I have in here about a teaspoon and a half of minced garlic. You can use garlic powder if you choose to. Not necessary. In here I have salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, about maybe a quarter teaspoon of salt, because of the cheeses will have salt, so I didn't put a lot. About a half a teaspoon of pepper, about a half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder. So that's going in too. I have my spinach going in. And again, this is that 10-ounce bag. It's cooked, it's seasoned, and ready to roll. We're stirring that up. I'm adding in about, this is 2 cups of mozzarella, probably about a cup, about maybe three quarters of a cup is good. Add that in, give it a stir, and my egg. We're going to stir that up a little bit too. Make sure we're going to beat this up a hair so we don't have to chase it all around. I always break my eggs into a cup because you never know if you're going to get a bad egg. If you don't want to add the egg for whatever reason, you don't need to add it. I do as a binder a little bit. Stir that all up. Here's what we're looking like. Now, I will tell you, this is the exact same, what I want to call it, filling, I guess, that I use in my stuffed shells, manicotti, and lasagna. So this is the basic filling, and I'm utilizing it here as well. So let's take our pasta sauce and pour it over the top. You don't want, a ton of pasta sauce, but a pretty good amount. So 1 layer of ravioli, top it with some pasta sauce, couple of globs of the filling. Now this is going to bake in a preheated 400-degree oven. For how long? All ovens are different. I don't know. What I usually do is when I see the top being nice and brown, I honestly use my oven thermometer and I stick it in the middle. If it says 160, I'm good to go. If it's not 160 and you think it's getting too brown, cover it with some foil. Put it back in there until it hits 160. We're going for the next layer. And this is just like lasagna, right? It's giving you a little bit more depth because you already have the cheese-filled ravioli. And if you want to do meat-filled ravioli, do it. It's up to you. We should get about 3 layers. And these raviolis don't need to be bunched in together because they're going to swell. They're going to swell when they cook. A little more sauce. Don't go crazy. We don't want too much because you don't want all sauce in there. Some more of our filling. Smooth it over the top. And again, if you don't want the egg in there, don't put it in there. If you don't want the cottage cheese, don't put the cottage cheese. That'll save you some money and make up for the pasta sauce I didn't have on my list. I apologize for that. Next layer. You should get about 3 layers out of this. I'm hoping. Yeah. And again, they don't need to be pushed in there and shoved in there and, on top of each other. It's not necessary. Now we're going to do another layer. We're going to save, and we don't have, enough for an entire layer. We're just going to smooth it over. And then we're going to put our sauce on. We're going to, so 1 jar of sauce is probably all you need. Drizzle that on there. Perfect. Okay, so there we are so far. Okay, we're going to sprinkle on our mozzarella cheese, what's left. And again, this is going to go into a 400-degree oven until it's done. You'll know when it's done. You'll see it browning on top. It'll be bubbly. And just for good measure, I always make sure that I stick that oven thermometer in there, and I'm checking to see if it's at that 165 or 160, because I want to make sure the middle is as hot as the outside, as the around the edges. So that's where we are. That's what we have. There you go. I'm going to pop this in the oven. I'm also going to pop in some garlic bread, because I'm going to serve this with some nice crusty garlic bread. And I'm going to go ahead and just make a basic salad to go with this. So I'm going to pop this in the oven. I will be back when it's done, and we will taste it, and we will see how it comes out, and we'll see how delicious this really is. And I'll have real figures for you then too. I want to make sure that I'm adding in this pasta sauce. So I'll see you in a little bit. Don't forget to come back, guys. Welcome back. Our beautiful ravioli lasagna Florentine is ready, and we're going to cut into that, and we're going to taste this deliciousness. But first, I've told you I'd come back with the correct numbers, because if you recall, when I put this together, I went, oh my God, my sauce. I hadn't added that in, so I went in because I got everything here at Walmart. So I went into my Walmart app, I looked up the price of the sauce, the specific sauce that I used, and I was correct. It was 88 cents. So a recap of ingredients. The ravioli, $2.98. Sauce, 88 cents. It was a 24-ounce jar of meat-flavored sauce. You can get any flavor you want. It's just what I happen to have. 15-ounce container of Great Value ricotta, $2.12. $1.88 for a 10-ounce bag, cellophane bag of Great Value brand, Marketplace. Fresh spinach, you can use frozen. This was $1.88. If you use frozen, you're going to bring it down by 88 cents. Mozzarella cheese, pre-shredded, Great Value brand, 2-cup package, $1.88. I used the spices in my home that I had: garlic, onion powder, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper. So I didn't use those, and an egg. 1 egg I used out of my house as well. $9.78. You're going to end up getting, let's see, 3, 6, 9 to 12 servings out of here. If you added the cottage cheese like I did, and you don't have to, it's not something that's necessary. That's going to add, the cottage cheese itself was a 4-cup, it was a 4-cup container. Or I'm sorry, a 2-cup container. So it was $1.83. We used to have a cup, so about 45 cents worth. That's going to bring your total up to $10.19. So either way, not bad for feeding 9 to 12 people. I'm pairing this today with just a regular old run-of-the-mill salad. I've got lettuce, tomato, onion, croutons. Basic. I actually got this garlic bread as well at Walmart. Normally, I get the Texas toast, like $1.92 or something like that, for I think 6, maybe 8 small little, little slices. This was an entire long loaf two-sided split long loaf of I'm going to call it French bread, prepared, and it was also $1.92, and you're getting so much more for your money, I think. And I'd never tried that before, and I said, let me try it. I don't know, I'm so used to the Texas toast, but let me try this. So anyway, so these of course are added. This was $1.92, I think, for the garlic bread. This of course is going to be whatever cost you incur through your local store where you buy your produce. And yeah, so here we go. Let's plate this up and see where we end up. So I'm thinking, this is just me, you know, you may want a bigger slice, you may want a smaller slice. On myself, I'm thinking about a 1 to 1.5 cup serving. So that's what I'm going to plate up here on my plate. I think the only thing I may have done a little bit differently is possibly, it's not too hot. This is what the inside looks like after I cut it. You see it cooked up nice, it's not runny and horrible. I'm thinking, personally, I would have maybe used a little bit less of sauce. I'm not a sauce-loving person. And then I thought maybe a good idea might be to possibly do this with Alfredo sauce. I don't know. I think that it would go pretty well with the cheeses as well as the spinach. And it'd kind of kick it up a little bit. Maybe you could add some different veggies in there as well. Kind of bring it into a veggie type pasta. Maybe some really thin sliced zucchini or thin sliced sauteed eggplant, something like that. But you know, it's up to you guys, whatever you decide. But basically, here's our plate. I will probably put some Italian dressing on the salad later, but I'm not going to do it right now. This is the size of a serving that I'm thinking to give you 12 servings, but if you want to just make it 9, then of course it's going to be probably, I don't know, probably another half the size added, so another maybe another half a cup or so. So let's see how we end up. You can see the layers, you can see the spinach. It smells good, that I can tell you. Looks good, smells good. Here's my bite. Still pretty hot. Ooh, smells good. Here we go. That is the quickest, easiest lasagna in the world. The taste is spot on to lasagna. You haven't had to buy noodles, cook noodles. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but in all honesty, those no-boil noodles, I'm not a fan. It's like if you don't put enough sauce, you're stuck with really dry pasta. If you put too much sauce, then it's just a nasty mess. So I always boil my lasagna noodles. And when I feel like I want lasagna, and I don't feel like boiling those noodles, this is always my go-to. But I have never tried it with the Alfredo sauce. I think it would be good. Maybe in the future we'll make one like that. But this is really good. Garlic bread is good. This pasta is good. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this at all, honestly. Delicious. The garlic bread, pretty simple to prepare. You put it in the oven on a baking sheet for, I think it was like 12 minutes, and it was done. And like I said, I've never really had this before. I've made my own like this, but I've never tried this particular frozen kind. I usually either make my own or I go for the packaged Texas toast. So let's see what it tastes like. Yeah. Would I buy this again? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. That's pretty good. Okay. So guys, we have basically done it again. We have made a beautiful hearty meal. Not this end, the casserole itself, for under $10. If you like the under $10 casseroles and meals, leave me a comment down below. If you have suggestions, leave me a comment. What's your thought on these meals under $10? I know people are struggling right now, and if this is the way I can help you is by making suggestions, then certainly let me know. I will keep doing these videos. If you are truly in trouble and you are truly struggling, please make sure that you check out any resources in your area, any governmental agencies that can help you, any churches, food pantries. They aren't going to turn you away. And if you're really, really struggling and you need that, don't be ashamed to go there. You're not alone, trust me, you're not alone. So if you need help, make sure you're seeking that out. But if this is how I can help you by creating meals within a $10 range for a family of 6 to 8 people even, then certainly let me know, and I will keep pumping these out because they're fun. They're easy for you. It's ingredients you can find at the Dollar Tree if you need to. So, I mean, let's do it together. I mean, I will be more than happy to keep pumping these out. Just let me know in the comments below. So if you are watching my videos and you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing that so that you can help support the channel and be notified every time something new comes up. If you are already subscribed, thank you. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure that you are sharing this content with any of your neighbors, friends, relatives, co-workers, everybody you know. Make sure that you are hitting the like button and make sure you're hitting the notification bell so you get notified of brand new content. And always leave me a comment. Always leave me a comment. I don't care what it is, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. It doesn't matter to me. Share your comments with me. Give me your opinions. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody's opinion is worth something to me. So make sure you're sharing those with me. And in the meantime, I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, guys. Bye.